So far, we have done a number of different transfer budgets for a Wonderkid 11, and it's now time for £50 million. It's time to have a little bit of fun and time to go for those players around about the £5 million mark. And yes, I'm fully aware it looks like I have pink eye. I have gone a whole year and a half avoiding COVID-19 to be beaten up by hay fever instead. Now the rules for this are very simple. I am to build a Wonderkid 11, can be any formation that I wish, using only a £50 million budget. Now this is all prices on the very first day of loading the game. I had somebody comment in the last one saying this is completely false. It is impossible to get players this cheap, not if you load up the game on day one and offer these players like I am doing. Other rules is we're not allowed to use any players that we have used in previous videos of this. And finally, it's just down to transfer fee only. We can't add any additional clauses onto this. It's just that one transfer fee. So I'm going to start off with at the back, and we're going to go goalkeeper Matheus Danelli. Now, what I didn't realize, he's only 19k, so maybe we can go and try our luck at possibly £1 million. Would they? Wow, I was expecting this to be a lot more expensive. 1.5 million. Lovely stuff. Good start. Right, let's try right back then. We know how difficult it is. I believe he is Rodrigo Pinero, and he is a right back. There he is for Porto. Let's see how expensive this man is. Of course, we'll take away the clauses there and try £30 million. Maybe not. Let's try Victor Gomez instead then. From Mirandes, 20 years of age, classed as a Wonderkid. 160 potential range. That's the lowest that we can go to. As long as they have 160 or above, that's fine. They want nothing less than £18 million. That can't happen. Right. That's our third attempt then. So let's try this guy here. Gil Rosas. 675k. Let's see what we can potentially do here. 3.3. Oh, he has a release clause, and I'll take it. 3.3. That's nice. So why don't we go straight to the left back position then? If we go to left back, Noah Catabatch is a really good one, and for Cologne. Now usually you can pick this guy up for quite cheap because Cologne tend to get themselves relegated in the first season. Can you get him that cheap at the start though? No, £74 million. Okay. Well, I've done a Wonderkid spotlight on a few different left backs now, and we've actually used a few of those left backs other than this guy. We haven't used this guy yet, Liberato, New Zealand international. Let's try him. He's £1.2 million, and would they really be that expensive? So that's quite a lot. Can we bring them down to 7.5? They accept 7.5. That's not bad because we've already saved money on the right back and the goalkeeper. 7.5 is very doable. Okay, so we've had we've done the tough ones so far. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's try and get my man, Sebastiano Esposito. Of course, we are manager of him right now in the Twitch save, twitch.tv/Megaluke Gaming at Fiorentina, and he is bagging some goals for us. I know how good this guy is. We got him for about £8 million as well. That's going to be a little bit too expensive. Maybe we'll have to try somebody else. What about Karim Adeyemi? A lot of people are talking about this guy now because Patson Daka's left Red Bull Salzburg, and it's now time. He's gone to Leicester, and it's now time for Karim Adeyemi to shine. Are they going to want a lot of money from Salzburg? 51? Really? He's 1.6 million, and you want 50? Right, I mean, there is another player who plays for Inter Milan alongside Sebastiano Esposito, and it's Eddie Salcedo, both on loan, of course, in the first season. Let's see, he's £2.4 million, roughly about the same. Okay, this is doable. This is definitely doable. We'll try 5.5? Well, 5. No. Okay, 6.5. 6.5, that is doable. That's a good striker pickup. Okay, long shot though. I think another striker might be a little bit too expensive. All the ones that I can remember. Now, let's see. 17, and I think I am correct. Right, so recently I discovered that Armindo Sierb hasn't approached a sign contract. That usually means they are really bloody cheap. So he's valued at 130k right now. Can we get him for 500? No, but this is promising. This is saving us a lot of money already. What about this? Yes, maybe I could have gone down a little bit lower, but 775, that's exceptionally good. And that actually brings our total to 19,575,000 so far. Well under budget. Now, that left-hand side, there's a man that I want to try and get. Of course, Nico Serrano, a fan favorite here on the Mega Loot Gaming channel. He follows me on Instagram, and you should do too. Nico, we know you used to be quite cheap. Now you are not so much. £27 million is his release clause. Just what I thought. They're not going to go any lower. What about his friend, though? The mysterious Nico Williams. We've seen him at 5'4". We've seen him at 6'5". This guy has a great potential range of 180, but no attributes that they have fixed. So, £50 million, 45. They know his worth. They know how good he is. Just out of curiosity, what about Jeremy Pino? If we're looking for that left-hand sided player, there isn't much better. I've got a feeling he's not going to be good. £5 million already. This isn't going to be good. Minimum fee release scores of 21 million. I mean, it's worth it. If you have 21 million for getting him, not at all. Okay, let's rethink this. I think I'm going to go for Uriel Chelly. Now, I know this is really cheap, but I'm struggling to remember any more left-hand sided players other than Uriel Chelly. Now, I could have used him at a different time because he is just that cheap. So if we go 500k, okay, maybe a little bit more. Let's try 675. They accept 675, maybe 650 I could have got, but 675 is not bad at all. Uriel Chelly, you'll see at the end of the video how good he is. He is literally the MVP of my Fiorentina team right now. Exceptionally good assist to goal ratio. What a player he is for just 675k. On the right-hand side, I already know who I'm going to go for. We have done a Wonderkid spotlight on him as well. And the reason why I'm going to pick him is because he has a minimum fee release clause of £5.5 million. So straight away, bang, accepted. No huss, no fuss for Elias Ackermack. A very good pickup for a 16-year-old Wonderkid from Barca. Centre midfield though, Pierre Duomo, one of the first players I looked at on this game because of how good he actually is. And I first seen him as a winger, and now I've seen his value as a centre midfielder. He is 6'1", very powerful player, and he is only valued at 275k as a 15-year-old. But I've got a feeling they're going to want a little bit, oh god, I didn't think they'd want that much more. I thought maybe we'd get him for around about £10 million and I could cut my losses elsewhere with Uriel Chelly. I don't think this is going to be doable. Now, a player we did do a Wonderkid spotlight on, but we never actually released the video, was David Ayala. It was an okay video, but I think this guy's very underestimated. I think he's in the 170 potential range, and he is exceptionally good. What do they want for him? 9.5. I think if we go down, I mean, halfway usually is what they accept. 5.5 million, that's not bad at all. That's roughly around about the budget per player that we need, just slightly over. We have cut losses elsewhere. David Ayala is our centre midfielder to start off with. But we need someone to go next to him. Let's try Oyhan Sanchez, one of my favourite names, to be honest. Plays for Athletic Club as well. 20 years, he might be a little bit more expensive than what I thought he was. Minimum fee release clause, 27 million. They're going to want a lot in there, yeah. 23 million without even taking off any of that. Let's try elsewhere. Let's try Yacine Adli. I wonder if he's around. I might have the same problem, to be honest. Yeah, he's 19. 3.4 million. He's a little bit more developed as well. This could be a problem here. 3.4 million. I kind of feel one of these players is really 90. It's not him. I was going to say, one of these players is really cheap. It's not Yacine Adli. 91 million. I'll take my money elsewhere. Let's go back to Spain, because there is a few names that we have used in previous videos. Unai Gomez, and we keep going back to Athletic Bilbao C team because they got so many good players. Now this guy's centre midfielder, £40 million. Can we get him for any cheaper than that? 7 million. Right, that's good. We can bust him down probably to 4 million. Accepted. £4 million. I'm happy with that. Get in the team. Now, we're up to £35 million and a little bit extra. So we've got about 15 million just under for two players, for two centre-backs. And I already know who I want, the find I want to be, and roughly his value. So if I'm going to put a partnership with him, it's going to be Benoit Badiashile. Now, previously, you can get this guy for around about £4 million. This is not going to happen this time round. However, I don't think it is too expensive though. 10. Right, okay, we are talking now. We are talking business. If I go for £8 million, I know for a fact that I have enough change to go for Andrea Papetti. And what a centre-back he is. So many people love Andrea Papetti. To be honest, if you go for approach to sign, this is the best way to do it. It's roughly £5 million. So if I just go here, maybe if I offer £5 million, will they just accept that? Because I'm way under budget. Even if I do £5 million, they don't accept it, but I'll just go approach to sign. And that gives us a grand total of £48.25 million for a full Wonderkid 11, with the minimum of 160 potential range and a lot of these players in the 170 or above range. That is a very good team. Let's take a look at them at their maximum potential. Starting off in goal then, Matheus Danelli, 18 years of age. Now I've seen a lot better goalkeepers because his reflex is only 14, but this could be the case of the fixed potential or non-fixed potential attributes, meaning that some of his attributes are going to be very different to the next time I load him through or in your save game file, for instance. He has 17 acceleration and 16 pace. He's going to be very good as a sweeper keeper. Let's move on. Coming in at right back is Gil Rosas. Now the 160 potential range has a lot of right backs, but they're very hard to come by value-wise, and this one was probably the last one that we could get for under £10 million. So Gil Rosas is not actually a bad choice, to be honest. He has some okay attributes in the physicals department, not amazing, just okay. Same really with the technicals, there's just a few average 14s dotted around there. Decent mentals though, 16 bravery, 15 aggression. Things that you like to see, teamwork and work rate, that just make just an all-rounder decent player for your team, a good team member. Slightly better than just a good team member is Liberato Cacacci. Now, because when you have this guy, he has exceptionally good physical attributes, as you can see. 18s, 17s there, he's fast, he's strong, he can jump. And then you look at his technicals, he can also pass, he can cross, he can dribble. He's very attack-minded as well as being very secure in your defence. 16 there for tackling, marking for 15, even long shots of 15. Get it onto his left foot, ping a long shot, maybe he'll score you some goals. If you had both of these in your team, you're probably saying to attack down the left-hand side. And in between those two fullbacks, we first off have Benoit Badiashile. Now this guy is a absolute monster. He's 6'4". He has jumper reach of 19 here and 17 strength, meaning that if you have corner kicks, you put him on your near post and you hit it at the near post, he will score you so many goals, I promise. But other than that, he's also a very good defender, has some really good defending attributes here and in mentals to fit the bill as well. And everybody's favourite Wonderkid centre-back on this game, Andrea Papetti. Again, a physical monster. Every single one of his physicals are over 16 or 16 or above, sorry, which just makes him insane. We've already done an attribute battle video. You can see the results for that in that video, but I'm telling you now, that's a good sign. And playing in front of those two centre-backs, first off we have David Ayala. Now this guy can play as a DM as well, but centre midfield as a box-to-box, maybe a Mazzala. He is very impressive. 18 acceleration, again some really good physical attributes. The mental attributes are also impressive. The only thing that really, I think, lets him down here is the aggression of 7. If you're playing a gegenpress, you want to be pressing in that midfield. That is really my only downside when I look at this player. His technicals are very well rounded though. We have 15 for dribbling here, and of course you need good passing, 17 there for passing. Tackling of 9's not bad if you were going to have him as a box-to-box midfielder or just like a deep line playmaker, something like that. He's very hard working and he has decent technical attributes to be a solid centre midfielder. Next to him though is his insurance policy, because this guy is even better, I think, in my humble opinion. At 17 years of age, you can pick him up for a very cheap cost, and when he reaches his maximum potential, I think you'll have an outstanding little player here. I say little, he's 5'9", maybe he'll grow in your game. Again, great physicals, his mental attributes are overall very solid, and his technicals, he doesn't really have a weakness, like 8 for long throws, you do not care about that, 10 for tackling, for penalty taken, sorry, you're fine with that, 12 for tackling, the rest of him absolutely superb, 15 for marking, 15 for long shots, 16 first touch. A box-to-box midfielder like this is exactly what you need. And it's the man in front of him that I'm the most curious with, Nico Serrano. Now this guy can also play as a striker, and when this guy is set to his maximum, arguably you could say the striker role might be the best role. So I mean, we're playing a 4-2-3-1, but you could play a 4-4-2 here, or 4-2-2-2, because Nico Serrano has 18 for finishing, 18 for long shots. He has really good off the ball and fantastic physical attributes. Composure's the only thing that lets him down with 11 there. If that composure's higher, I'm sticking this guy right up top because he only has passing of 12 and vision of 14. So he's kind of in the middle. It's almost like Shadow Striker, this good guy could be. Deep line forward is no, because his passing is bad. What would you play this player as? He's either-footed as well. He just has some weaknesses which just confuse the hell out of you on what the hell to do with him. Look at his left though. Look at the player on his left. By the way, this is 160. I'm telling you now, he is only set to 160. How good is he at 160? A midfield orchestrator. His technicals are some of the best you'll ever see. Uriel Celli for 600k, by the way. Yes, his mentals aren't the best. But also, have a look back to that attribute battle, because it does not matter. He has great physicals. He has fantastic technical attributes. He's a goal machine. He gets assists. He's a set piece wizard. 19 for corners, 18 for free kicks. He's just incredible. 19 for penalty taking. He can do it all. Keep him on the pitch. Keep him fit. You'll be laughing, I promise you that. On the right hand side, you have Elias Ackermack. Now this guy's left footed, but he plays on the right. If you put him as an inside forward, he is going to be incredible for you, because not only is his physicals 18 there, 19 for agility and 15 for balance, meaning that he's so tricky when he does get the ball. He has 18 for dribbling. He gets himself into the positions himself just by running past people. He tries tricks as his player traits as well, whilst he runs the ball, often cutting his side from the right wing, which fits perfectly because he also has 15 for long shots and 15 for finishing. I would say stick a curls ball on this guy and you're going to have like a little Iron Robin, because he's just going to get the ball on the right hand side, he's going to cut inside on his left foot, and he's just going to unleash a shot. And I would say because he has fantastic technique, because he has fantastic finishing, long shots, it's going to go in quite often. I think you'll be surprised at how many goals this guy will score. £5.5 million as well. That's disgustingly cheap. And finally, we have Eddie Salcedo. Now, as much as I love Sebastiano Esposito, the one main reason is because his physicals are outstanding. Every single one of them tends to be a green. And then you have Eddie Salcedo. He's exactly the same, and I never knew it. Everybody always goes on about Eddie Salcedo. I've never seen it before until now. Now, some of his mentals are slightly lower than what Esposito would be, because Esposito is 180 potential range. I think Eddie's 170. This guy is still outstanding, and I know a lot of you have used him in the past, whether it be in the last game or this game, even the game before. I think he was on it and he was half decent. This guy's phenomenal, absolutely outstanding. You have changed my opinion, Eddie Salcedo, and the fact that you cost very little money as well makes me very happy, and also very sad that I've never used you yet, and maybe I need to change that. Maybe I need to jump on the Eddie Salcedo train and buy him for a future save. Perfectionist personality as well. Impressive. And that's our Wonderkid 11 for £50 million. Any other video ideas, let me know down in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.